So there is a new game show launching on True TV that promises to help contestants pay off their student loan debt. Now, this is, according to the Washington Post, a show called Paid Off, which is from comedian Michael Torpy and True TV. Now, what the Washington Post says is that they hope to highlight how many young Americans and college graduates are struggling to pay off their student loans. Now, 3 contestants will answer trivia questions, often with an education or college-related twist, and if they win, True TV would pay up to 100% of their loans, depending on how well they perform in a speed round. Now, let me just address that even if your loans get paid off, that doesn't mean okay, well, that's more for forgiveness, I guess. So I almost conflated the two issues. If they're actually going to pay it off, wonderful. But I worry about the tax thing. Because, look, I know if you get your student loans forgiven, that still ends up on your taxes because it gets reported as income. This will also likely be reported as income because they are getting a check. So, again, yes, while their student loans will be paid off, that's also a gigantic tax burden. So that's just another way it gets screwed over. The students get screwed over. But anyway, producers tried to pay the debt holder directly, however, but found the logistics too difficult, according to the Washington Post. Now, the show will have a comedy spin, but Torpy told the Post that they hope to raise awareness about the state of student loan debt in America. One of the mantras, they say, is an absurd show to watch an absurd crisis, Torpy said, who hosts the program. A game show feels really apt because this is the state of things right now. So, look, I'm a little mixed about this. Because, look, okay. For one, they are actually trying to send a message. In fact, Torpy says that he's hoping to make the cost of higher education a political issue, regardless of political affiliation. And that's a good thing because 44 million Americans right now have student loan debt in excess of $37,000. And in total, the U.S. has roughly $1.3 trillion in student loan debt. And what are we doing about it? Well, we're not doing anything about it. In fact, the Department of Education is actually making it so that these student loan companies are even less regulated and can do more predatory loans just like they used to. And right now, the Department of Education, which is supposed to help students, which disperses these loans, they're actually making money off these loans. And, of course, the result is that a lot of these students are being loaded down with debt while the government makes money off them. And that's kind of a gross system. But anyway, at the end of the episode, he says, call your representatives right now and tell them you need a better solution to this than this game show. So, again, the motivations are actually sort of good. And I know, like I said, this is a hard one for me because it is kind of controversial. And it seems really exploitative as well. Like, oh, you're going to have these people fight it out. When I first read this headline, I was thinking, oh, great. This is like Hunger Games. Here we have, contestant from District 2 versus contestant from District 7. And they're going to fight it out to see who can actually go on and to be able to buy a home and participate in the economy because they don't have these gigantic student loans over their head. But again, I can't help think of the aspect of it of like, no, what we're trying to do here is this is absurd and that, we're just trying to show how absurd it is. But then again, it's a game show and I'm really I'm kind of creeped out by it in a way. Look, some people will get their, contestants will get their student loan pays off, and that's good. But this is a job that should be undertaken by the government. We shouldn't have students being loaded down with debt for the rest of their lives. And so, yeah, you have a game show that is going to point that debt out, but what are they actually doing? Again, there is a little bit of an exploitation aspect to it because they're going to watch these, people are going to watch these college students on television, and it's going to turn into and it's already a contest, and any contest is going to have winners and losers. And so the winner is actually going to be able to pay off their student loans, but what do the losers get? They still have that gigantic debt load. And so again, watching that, it just seems like really uncomfortable for me. And it's maybe because I have around $30,000 in student loan debt. I could be a contestant one of these days because I've got that over my head. So it's just, again, it seems really uncomfortable, and it is insane. And the creator is saying, yes, I know it's insane. That's why we're doing it. There's nothing more absurd than this game show that points out an absurd problem. I think the motivations behind it are good, but I think the execution, as usual, is kind of bad. But I want to let you know, I want to hear what you think about this. I want you to let me know what you think about this. Is it exploitative? Is it a possible good thing? Do you think that it will actually help people to get educated about the subject of student loans so they can lobby the government to try and do something about it? So I'm curious about what you guys think. And so if you could leave your comments below. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.